All right, folks, we got a late live stream. And to my European friends, I am so sorry. I know it is super late where you are. I know it's like 1 o'clock in the morning where you are. So, to all my European friends, I am sorry. I know. I am not one of those guys who only cares about the American folks. I care about folks who live overseas too. I know it's super late. I'm so sorry. If you can't stick around for the stream, completely understand if you're one of my European friends. Just feel free to check it out when you wake up in the morning. I'm sorry. I know this happened to be the only time that I could do it. That's really what it comes down to. So, um, it's hot. It is hot. So, hold on, hold on, hold on. Give you guys a good old something, something. Shout out to those popping in. I just got to go turn off the heat. Hold on. Iran war updates. Uh, Yeah, here. Look at this for a second. I will be right back. I need to turn off the heat. It got hot. It got real hot. I'll be right back. All right. Okay, that's weird. Oh, I didn't close the door. Of course, I didn't. All right, little rough start to the stream, but we're here. We're here. All right, starting off slow. We got two people in here. That's okay. Oh my goodness, just snooping, you're awake? Holy cow, what time do you go to bed? Wow. Shout out to just snooping. Thanks for being here. I did not expect you to be here. I really didn't, because I know it's like 1 o'clock a.m. where you live. Let me see. It's 7:42 here. It's like almost 1 a.m. over there. It's like almost 1 a.m. over there. The Rose story says it is too late here. Go live now. Yeah, the Rose story, you live in Israel, right? Yeah, it's like 3 a.m. where you live. It's even worse over there. Wow, that's crazy. The two people in here are the freaking Europeans. the people who live, the people who live in the area where it's freaking 4 a.m. Just Snoopy, shout out to you. You are amazing. I can't believe you're up right now. I really can't believe that. That's incredible. You do not have to stay up. Please get some rest. I'm sure you got work tomorrow like the rest of us. Like, please get some rest. It's like 1 a.m. over there. But shout out to you though. That's dope that you're here. That's really cool. Wow. Okay. Well, we have some Iran updates. Yes, we do. Told you guys I was going to try and stream more. I said I was going to try. I said I was going to try. If I have time and I'm not busy, I'll try. I told you guys, even if it's only like a 40-minute stream, like yesterday. Yesterday's stream was only 40 minutes. Even if it's like 40 minutes, I'll do what I do. Just Snooping says, haha, yes it is, but I'm wide awake. Wow. Wow, you guys stay up late over there. Jeez Louise. That's awesome though. Okay, well, welcome, Just Snooping. Welcome. It's always great to see you. So thanks for being here. Welcome to another day of Iran War updates. I'm here to educate, talk about it, talk about what's going on. It's really getting crazy over there. Trump is doing Trump things again. So, you know, while we're at it, let me see what we got. Let's see if there's anything new while we're waiting. I need to start like a timer. I see why all the streamers do that. They do like a timer. That way it gives YouTube the opportunity to let everybody know that they're live. I need to do like a timer. Like, hey, the little 10-minute countdown. The little do 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 do. Yep, we're here. Oh, did you guys see that they lied again today? I saw a tweet on Twitter where Trump said that what do you say, they're working on a peace deal or something? I'm like, dude, you keep saying that and they keep coming back and saying you're lying. Like, is that something? I think they lie on purpose to make the markets feel better. I don't know why they keep lying. And people are just really not that good. People are just really not that good at sifting through the news. They just really aren't. Like, I'm talking about like smart people, like hedge fund guys, like the guys that control the stock market. They're clearly not, because as soon as Trump spews a lie, um, people just start buying stuff. Like they make the stock market go up. I'm like, are these people really that dumb? And who the hell would trust Donald Trump? Like, you can't trust that guy. Hold on, I gotta find it because I saw it. Is this it? This is the Twitter account that said it. Let me see if I can find it. It was like 12 hours ago. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, by the way, we are gonna cover Cuba in a minute, because there's, well, not in a minute. We'll cover it in another stream. But I see there's, the only reason why I haven't covered Cuba yet is because nothing crazy has happened yet. Well, let me not say that. Something big actually did happen, actually. But we're just not covering it yet. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here's the tweet. He just lies. This guy just lies, y'all. It's crazy. Here's the big lie. Trump claims that Iran wants to make a deal. Now, for those who don't know, Trump has said that multiple times. He said multiple times during this several week war that it's been. He said multiple times that they want to make a deal. They want to make a deal. We're going to make a deal. And guess what? As soon as he says that, Iran comes out of nowhere. And Iran says that's a lie. Literally, Iran just, they say it every single time. They did it again today. They're like, that's a lie. We're not making a deal. We hate you guys. I'm telling you right now, that's one of the big reasons why they want regime change, is because this isn't Venezuela, okay? This isn't Venezuela. Trump went in, kidnapped their leader. You know, now the person who replaced their leader, the woman, she's all in on the United States. She's like, whatever y'all tell me to do, I'm going to do, because I don't want y'all to kidnap me either. Iran is way different. They don't care. Iran could care less. So I don't know why Trump keeps lying. I do know. He wants to influence the stock market, and it seems to work. Every time he says this, the market changes. People start buying again. It's like, all right, bro. So I just want you guys to know, unless you hear, okay, let me say this the best way I can. From now on, do not believe it when any mainstream news or Twitter account is posting that Iran wants to make a deal. Don't believe it. Don't believe it until it's official. Until you hear Iran say it themselves, don't believe it, because they're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep doing it because Trump cares about the stock market so much. He cares so much. They're going to make a deal. They're going to make a deal. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're not going to make a deal. Sorry. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. I got a lot of positive feedback on the last live stream I did yesterday. So just want to say thank you guys for the support. That was nice. You guys had a lot of nice things to say about that. All right, let's read some comments until we get to the show. Let's read some comments. What we got? I've heard he's given Iran 24 hours before he gets super mad. Yep, he's given Iran 48 hours, and now we are less than 23 hours away. Yep. What is your opinion of the amazing Lucas? He is the most annoying person on YouTube recently. Who the heck is that? The amazing Lucas? Man, Rose, you know everybody. You watch a lot of YouTube, huh? You know everybody. Let's see who the amazing Lucas is. Who the heck is that? I have no idea who this guy is. Here, I'll share my screen so we can all see together. Who the heck is the amazing Lucas? All right. Well, he has a big channel. He brands himself as political commentary that doesn't pick sides. I respect that. No partisan spin, just honest, unfiltered. I mean, hey, sounds a lot like me. Honestly, I respect it. So the Rose Stories is saying that he is the most annoying person on YouTube recently. Yeah, I have no idea who this guy is. I have never watched this guy a day in my life. I have no idea who this guy is. Looks like he has a huge following, and he gets a lot of views, so shout out to him. But yeah, I don't know him. So I don't have an opinion on him because I've never watched this guy's content ever. I have no idea who he is. But thanks for your comment, though, Rose. Hey, we got somebody I've never seen before. Let's go. Hey, okay. This person says, woohoo, I finally made it to one of your lives. Just want to say I started following you since you covered Brett. Keep up the great work. Keep calling a spade a spade. There's not many like you left. Thank you so much. That comment really means a lot to me. I really try my best. So thank you so much. Hope you stick around. We're going to talk about the Iran war. So if you want to be educated on that, stick around. Thank you. Thank you, though. Thank you for the comment. And yes, we will always call a spade on this channel. That is the goal, regardless of the consequences. And trust me, there are consequences for calling a spade a spade. There are. Your Trump impersonation is good. You think so? I think it's okay, but I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. We're going to bomb Iran. We're going to bomb Iran right now. Pete Hegseth and our beautiful, beautiful Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. They're doing a great job over in Iran. Great job. We're going to bomb the hell out of them if they don't do what we say. I'm a corrupt piece of trash. I made $4 billion since my presidency, and my son Barron is worth $200 million. But all I do all day is talk about Nancy Pelosi, even though my son and my family are just as corrupt. Oh, Trump. Oh, Trump. Somebody said, when doesn't he look stupid? Yeah, that's facts. That's a good, that's true. Oh, I gotta do the hand movement. I gotta study him more to do the hand movement. I got you though. I'll do the hand movement next stream. I got you. Just snooping said exactly. Yeah, I appreciate that, guys. Yeah, we got a small voice over here, but you know what? At least we got a voice. And I'm glad that I have a voice because, yeah, I try my best to call a spade a spade. I keep it real. And I don't spare feelings. I don't try to make conservatives happy. I don't try to make liberals happy. I don't try to make the people in the middle happy. I try to tell the truth. And, when you tell the truth, people think it's courageous, but it's not all it's cracked up to be. You get a lot of hate. Oh, man, the amount of hate I've gotten. Oh, man. You're just a lying grifter who talks about my president. I get so much hate for telling the truth, but I don't care. I don't care because at the end of the day, I think a lot of what I said has been proven right. And I think going forward in the future, I'm going to be proven right. I really do. Like when I talk about how both parties suck and they're going to keep screwing you over. You know what's happened, guys? Let me give you guys my thoughts on American politics and how bad it is. What I mostly preach on this channel is that both parties are bad and American politics is effed up. And I honestly believe that they keep us in a perpetual cycle. Perpetual means like never ending. It's a never ending perpetual cycle of you either vote for a Republican or you vote for a Democrat and they both screw you over. And then people just flip flop. That's it. Sometimes the Republicans win presidency. Sometimes the Democrats win, but both are going to screw you. Both of them are going to screw you. How do I know that both are going to screw you? Well, life hasn't really gotten better. It's only gotten worse as time goes on. It really has. Things were better in 2001 than they were in 2010. Things were better in 2010 than they were in 2018. Things were better in 2018 than they are in 2026. It just gets worse. Housing gets more expensive. Life gets harder. Life gets more expensive. And every decade, you just get to the next extreme. Back in the 70s and the 80s, the white picket fence, the American dream, raise your kids with a nice family and your dog and all that. And, back in the day, one income could feed the whole family. The guy would just work, bring in one income. It was all good. Oh, guess what? That doesn't happen anymore. Now you need two incomes, right? Oh, wait, now it gets worse. Now two incomes don't even do it. That's right. There are people out here where both the people in the family are working and their incomes don't do it anymore. They can't afford to have kids. By the way, I don't know if you guys know this. You guys know there's a lot of people in this country that want to have kids but can't afford it, right? Like they're drowning in student loan debt or they're drowning in medical debt and they just don't make enough money to barely support themselves. Like they're barely getting by. So they're like, how the hell am I going to have a kid? Because pregnancy is expensive. Medical bills for a child's expensive. Taking care of the child's expensive. Food, all that is expensive. So my point is, by voting Democrat and Republican, you're just going to continue to be in this perpetual cycle of everything getting worse every year. That's what's going to happen. Every decade, things are going to get worse. Right now, the year is 2026. You can bookmark this video. 2036, things are going to get worse, not better. I'm not trying to sound pessimistic. I'm just being honest with you. We need more political parties in this country. We really do. We need a populism party. We don't really have that. That's the party I really advocate for. I think we need a populism party. A populism party would focus on the issues that Americans actually care about and stop focusing on stuff that only a small amount of the population care about. Like, people sometimes ask me my opinion on trans stuff. Like they'll be like, "How do you feel about the trans issue?" I'm like, I never ever think about it. There's way more important things that I care about. I care about the health price crisis. I care about the affordability crisis. I care about the medical crisis. I care about stuff like that. That's why we need a populism party. We need a populism party that sticks to the popular issues that everybody cares about, not the BS, not the crap, not the foolishness. So I'm telling you guys, I'm going to end up being right. It's 2026. By 2036, I'm telling you now, if people keep voting Democrat or Republican, it's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. It is going to get worse. The way that they trick you is some things get better, but then other things get worse. Trump told you things will get better, make America great again, blah, blah, blah. And guess what? Maybe there are some things that he's doing that you like. Like I'm sure some of you guys feel strongly about immigration. Fine. Trump's doing whatever he can about that, right? Whatever, if that's how you feel. Trump's doing some good things, right? Of course, every president does some good things. But does that outweigh the bad? Has your life gotten any better under Trump? Let's go back through all the presidents. Let's go back. Did your life get any better under Biden or did it get worse? My life got worse under Biden. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm doing okay. I'm blessed, right? Like we're doing all right, but most people's lives got worse. Like, even though God has blessed me and my family and we're doing fine, like everybody's healthy, everybody's happy, everybody's good, it's still harder for me to survive, right? Like my life was easier back in 2018. In 2018, my rent was $800 for an apartment. Now my rent is like almost 3 times that. Not joking. My life got harder. It did. Everybody's life got harder. So I'm just telling y'all, man, one of these days, people gonna have to listen to me. Stop voting for these parties, or I'm just saying we got to do something. Or if you're gonna vote for these parties, we got to get them to really do something and stop being sellouts. But again, I've told you, these parties, the Democrat and Republicans, they don't work for you. They work for their donors. Believe it or not, Trump works for his donors. Yes, he does. Whether you believe it or not, yes, he does. Biden works for his donors. All the people in Congress work for their donors. They don't work for you. They work for the people who donate to their campaigns and give them money and give money to their causes. That's what they work for. They don't care about you. They're not stupid enough to piss off their district because they know they'll get voted out. They'll do the bare minimum to make their district happy, but they're not going to actually, fix anything. Just Snooping says, "Wow, $800 is a lot." Oh, just Snooping. I'm gonna be a little transparent here, okay? The apartment I live in now, you think $800 is a lot, just Snooping? The apartment I live in here now in Chicago, my rent is $2,000, just Snooping. My rent is $2,000. Okay. There's some transparency for you. 2018, my apartment being $800, that was a steal. That was a deal. Okay. That was a steal. Yeah. Yeah, just Snooping. Look up the rents in Chicago, just Snooping. Go on Google and type in Chicago rents and look it up. Yeah. And I'm paying the low end of what it cost. I'm paying the low end. $2,000 for a 2-bedroom apartment in Chicago? Shoo. Listen. And it's a nice apartment with a nice view. You can literally see the city from this window right here. Listen. That's a deal. That's a deal. I'm telling you, prices have gotten insane. They've gotten insane. And guess what? They're only going to get worse. Me and my wife are looking at moving, and we're looking at these prices for townhomes. We're looking at these prices for an actual home, like if we were to buy a home. It's insane. It's insane. So guess what's going to happen about 2036, guys? To close out, in closing of my little rant here, guess what's going to happen in 2036? Now, remember how I told you that life is only getting harder? People are struggling. People can't afford to have kids. People can't afford to buy a home. Remember I said all that? Okay, guess what? By 2026, it is very possible that we're going to have something called universal basic income. What's universal basic income? It's basically where the government gives everybody a $2,000 check. It's kind of like Social Security. You know how all the old folks, they get their Social Security check, it's like $2,000 a month. Well, guess what? They're going to have to do that for everybody because AI is going to take so many people's jobs and life is going to get so hard that they're going to have to do universal basic income. It's coming. Yep, it's coming. Tell you right now, I think by 2036, they're going to have to do some sort of universal income. So what's my point in all that? Life's going to keep getting harder. Politicians are going to keep screwing you and lying to you. Presidents are going to keep screwing you and lying to you. Nothing's going to get better. There's no make America great again. There's no make America better. There's none of that. Nope. It's a lie. It's a lie. Because these people don't get in office with good intentions. None of these people. None of them say, hey, I want to be president or I want to be governor or I want to be in Congress to help people. Nobody said nobody ever. No politician gets in office to do that. You know what they think? I can tell you because I used to work for them. Yeah, I used to work in politics. I used to work for these people. I know how it goes. You know how they think? They think, if I win election here, then maybe one day I could run for senator. Or one day I can run for House, or one day I can run for president, or one day I can run for governor. That's how these people think. Or they say, hey, maybe one day I can become Senate leader, or maybe I can make more money and advance my career, or hey, I get to be Senator so-and-so and people have to call me that, and it's an ego stroke. Either way, none of these people get into for good intentions, and we have to change that. It's all a lie. They lie to you. Hey, vote for me. I'm going to change this. I'm going to change that. And see, I'll give you guys a story. Story time. So we just had the local elections in Illinois, okay? We just had the local elections. It was awful. I was not happy about it. Obviously, I vote because I think voting is important, but I wasn't happy about it because all the candidates that I knew were going to win were all the crap candidates who weren't in it for the right reasons. So when my mom called me and said, hey, what do you think of the election? Who you voting for? All that. I'm like, Mom, I'm not even excited because the wrong people are going to win. And that's exactly what happened. The wrong people won. The wrong people won. We got to stop voting these people in. We really do. Otherwise, nothing's going to get better. All right, let's read some comments. Oh, hey, April. What's up, April? Hey, we got the regulars in here. Got to love the regular people. Shout out to the supporters. I love it. Hey, we got Jesse in here. Hey, Echoes, can we impeach him in 23 hours or less? Oh, man, I hope so. And don't worry, we're going to talk about Iran. I got a whole little outline ready just like yesterday. I got a whole outline. We're going to go over it. Just Snooping said, oh, my God, I'm sick hearing that. Yeah, just Snooping. It's ghetto here in the United States. It's expensive. It's no fun. No bueno. No bueno. Oh, you're in Colorado Springs? Exactly. She said I pay $2,000 in Colorado Springs. Yeah, isn't that crazy? $2,000 in rent? Ooh-wee. It's only going to get worse. Have you heard a content creator called Be Better? He covered the billionaires who control the world. That Charlie K was the face and Erica was the one behind the scenes dealing with them. No, I've never heard of Be Better. I'll look them up. You guys are giving me all the content creators today. First, I looked up the amazing Lucas. Now I'm looking up Be Better. Okay, let's see. Be Better. Oh, I've seen this guy. This is that guy who went viral on TikTok. I didn't realize that this was Be Better. Oh, yeah. I don't know if this guy's like white or Asian, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, this guy recently went viral because he uncovered something about Erica Kirk and he went viral for it. I know exactly who this guy is. I saw him on Twitter just snooping. Hey, we got 12 people in here. Let's go. Hey, guys, the stream is growing. The stream is growing. It really is. We're starting to move up in the world a little bit. Yeah, I've seen this person on Twitter just snooping. I've seen them. I have not watched any of their content, though. Okay, let's see. Ooh, look at this. The Rose stories. Would you support your wife not working but staying home, cleaning and raising the kids? Rose stories. I would support whatever my wife wants to do. I would support whatever my wife wants to do. Here's the thing about my wife. My wife does not want to stay at home and cook and clean and raise the kids. She just doesn't want to do that. That's not her thing. Now, don't get me wrong. She definitely wants to have a family and do her part. And she does a wonderful job of that, right? But my wife is an occupational therapist and she has a very rewarding job. She works in a hospital and she wants to work because she's doing meaningful work. She's actually doing really important, meaningful work. Like the people that she helps in the hospital, she basically helps people get back on their feet. People who may have had some sort of heart attack or diabetes or stroke or whatever, she helps rehabilitate them so they can go back to doing the things that they love, and it's really rewarding. So that's what my wife wants to do. And she loves it. And she gets paid pretty well doing that. So, you know, to answer your question, I would support whatever my wife wants to do. Whatever my wife wants to do, I would support it. And I work really hard, actually, believe it or not. I work really hard in my day job to rise up in the company. And I've been rewarded pretty well for that. My company likes me a lot and I do great work for them. And like I said, I work really hard for them. And then also I do YouTube and, I do other things on the side to, bring in money. So, we're good. Like we're good. But yeah, it's pretty much what it is. I'm glad you asked that though, because I think that's an interesting question. Because I know the whole thing is like the woman stays at home and cooks and cleans and raises the kids. But you know what? I would say that the world has changed a lot. That was like back in the 70s, 80s, and all that. That's what the world used to be, but the world is a lot different. And our circumstances would be is different as well. Our circumstances are different because sorry, I'm reading a comment. Oh, okay. Yeah, so our circumstances are different because for those who don't know, I work from home. So believe it or not, I do laundry, like I do stuff, My wife definitely gets on me and says I should do a better job cleaning, no doubt. But I do clean, I do clean a little bit. I do some stuff. I could always be better, but I do all right. So, I think when we have kids, I'll actually have a pretty big role in helping with them because I work from home. It makes sense, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So I think our marriage would be more of a partnership than her just staying home and doing a bunch of cooking and cleaning, raising the kids. I think we both would do it. And you know what? We both do meaningful jobs. Like I do my YouTube. I love my YouTube channel. I think my work is meaningful. My day job, I actually think is meaningful too. I actually enjoy it. I love it. It's fun. And yeah. All right. Hey, you guys are coming in with the good questions today. This is good. I like that you guys want to get to know me. I actually think this is cool. We get to amazing. That is a rewarding role. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? Honestly, me and my wife talked about this. If because the reason why, and if my brother's here, he knows. My brother, well, I'm not even going to say that. I'm just going to say that, um, you know, some women get a child, they give birth and they're like, hey, I kind of want to stay home with my child for a while. Can you cover the bills? And if my wife wanted to do that, we could do that. Like that would be cool. That's all I said. It's whatever she wants to do. Whatever she wants to do, we're good. It's all good. But I just know how she is. She loves what she does. She loves her job. So she's not going to stop working no matter what. Like she loves her job and she does a very good job at what she does. So it's all good. All right. What else we got? People that choose these types of job love their job because they get into it to help people. Exactly. You're right. Yep. She got into it for that. Is that, by the way, she has a higher degree than I do. I only have a bachelor's degree. She has a master's degree. In order for her to become an occupational therapist, she had to get a master's degree to do that. So you're right. And for those who don't know, getting into grad school and taking on those extra student loans and all that, that is not easy. So yeah, you only do that if you really want to do it and you love it. So yeah. Yeah, she's got that job to help people. And for those who don't know how the medical system works in America, they do not treat medical workers well. So shout out to my wife for doing a great job, even though the medical system in this country does not treat them well. And I'm seeing that in real time. Can I please ask if your wife is black or white or mixed or another race? Oh, I don't got no problem showing off my beautiful wife. Let's go. Hold on. I got you. I got you. Who said that? Just the rose stories? Don't worry, the rose stories. I got you. I'm going to show you a picture of my wife. Because why not? By the way, I've shown my wife on my YouTube channel plenty of times. So this isn't anything like new. I've done it so many times in the past. I think this is just the first time of me showing you guys, but I've shown my wife so many times. So this is nothing new. Here, I will show you my wife. I will show you the wife. Let's see. Let's let's see. Let's let us see. Let us see. All right, I don't know what's going on, but I got to pull it up. All right, here we go. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see that, but hold on. Okay. That is my wife. That is my wife right there. That is my wife on our wedding day. That is her. That is my wife. So to answer your question, my wife is a black woman. That is who I ended up finding. So yeah. And if you're wondering how we met on a dating app. But that is my beautiful wife. Here, I'll find another picture. Was that picture blurry? Could you guys see that okay? I think you guys can see that okay. Oh, that's a good picture. How do I go back? How do I go back? Yep, there you go. All right, I'll show one more picture. That is my wife. That is the queen. So yeah, she's black. She is a black woman. There you go. Okay. And like I said, I've shown her plenty of times, so nothing new. All right, what else we got? You can do both. I work in dental. Oh, that's nice. That's dope. My wife's best friend works in dental. She's a dental hygienist, so that's dope. But right now I'm a stay-at-home mom. Then I'll go back to work in a few years. It doesn't just have to be one or the other. Exactly, April. Exactly. That's exactly right. Like if my wife said, "Hey, I'm kind of digging the whole stay at home with the kids thing. Like this is making me very happy. Could you cover the bills and I just stay at home?" Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah. Life has gotten a lot more expensive and a lot of people can't do that, but sure. you know. So yeah, shout out to you. That's dope. Yeah, whether you stay at home. You know what I think? I think the problem is people try to put everybody in their little box. They're like, you got to do it this way because I think it's right. I think everybody has to do what works for their marriage. Some people are perfectly fine with stay-at-home mom. The husband brings in the money and pays the bills. Some people, it's the other way around. I've seen situations like that where the woman is actually the breadwinner. I've seen that, or some people have it where both people work. You just do whatever works in your relationship. That's really what it comes down to. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It doesn't matter what social media says. Just do what both of you agree on and are happy with. That's really what it comes down to. Whatever you guys are fine with. That's what I think. Now, there is a wrong way to do it. Let me be very clear. There is definitely a wrong way to do it. Okay. Apologize for the question. I'm just curious. Oh, no, you're good. No, you don't got to apologize. Ask what you want. Ask whatever you want. Nothing wrong with that. Your wife sounds like a great gal. Oh, yeah, she's amazing. Absolutely incredible. I'm the lucky one. Okay. When I married her, I'm the lucky one. I'm the one that got lucky that I found her. Oh, you commented on my. Oh, that's dope, April. Wow, that's funny. I did not know that was you. Okay, so April says that's me. Oh, you left a comment under my the wedding photo on my Instagram. Oh, thank you, April. That was so nice. I didn't know that was you. Wow, that's dope. Really nice. She's a beautiful woman. Love the wedding dress. Semaphore. After working as an accountant and general manager of a car dealership for 11 years. Oh, you're a stay-at-home mama for. Nice. After working as a accountant and general manager. Yeah. Like I said, whatever works for you. If first of all, if you're in a position where your husband can work and pay all the bills, then you're very blessed because most men cannot. Life has gotten that expensive in the United States of America. It's gotten that hard. Most people can't do it. Most people can't do it, y'all. It's gotten that hard. So, yeah, most people can't do it. It's sad and it sucks, but you're very blessed if you can even be a stay-at-home mom in this economy. My parents drive me crazy asking when I am getting back to work, what should I do to get them off my back? Well, here's what you do. If your parents are driving you crazy, asking when you're getting back to work, you got to accept the fact that they're old school. They grew up in a generation, they grew up in a time where that was the norm. And trust me, I deal with this stuff with my parents and grandparents too. There are things that I do or things that me and my wife do that they got to comment on. And, you can listen to them because they're always going to be your parents, but just don't take it to heart. Now if they get too aggressive, then you got to do what you got to do. You got to make it clear that, hey, I'm an adult, I'm grown. Let's calm down and chill out here. Okay. I'm going to live my life, whether you agree to it or not. I'm grown. Okay. Like if it gets too aggressive, but if they're just bringing it up every time, then that's fine. Cause my parents bring up stuff that annoys me too. And it's stuff that's like old school. Like it's like mom, like that was the thing in 1990. It's 2026. You know what I mean? So just don't let it bother you. As long as they're not too aggressive about it, Rose, don't let it bother you because that's all that they know. They grew up in that time. That's all they know. To them, they let me see. When I am asking me when I'm getting back to work, what should I do? Oh, you have it in reverse. You have it in reverse. Oh, they want you to work. Well, like I said, it's your life. You're an adult. That's all I got to say about that. You're an adult. So I don't know how old you are, but I know you're an adult. So, you know, whatever. Like I said, my parents and grandparents say things, and sometimes it just go in one ear and out the other. It's like, look, I appreciate your help and advice, but I'm grown. I'm 31 years old. I don't need your input. Sorry. When it comes to certain things, I don't need your input. You know, I am working 24/7, raising my kids and cleaning and all that stuff around the clock. And for my parents, if you don't have a job, you do nothing. Yeah, like I said, your life to live. Don't worry about it. It's your life to live. It's your life to live. It's not easy. It takes a lot of sacrifices. I completely understand. We also live in the sticks, so cost of living is lower. Yeah, living in the sticks is really the way to go. That's the way to go in this economy. It really is. Oh, I always said working was my break from the kids. I work so much harder here. That's funny. Wow. Well, look at that. Hmm. I have a master's in behavior science, stopped working to have kids, and now I'm back in the field because we can no longer afford to be a single income home. It's hard out here. Just Nooping says, you are not a content creator. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you not a content creator on YouTube? That's a job. That is a job. And that's a hard job too. Yeah, I checked out the Rose Stories channel. The Rose Stories makes videos like every day. So yeah, she's definitely a hardworking content creator. Rose Story says, I earned $0 from my YouTube channel. Okay, Rose, I want you to listen to me carefully. Rose, did you know that I went an entire year on YouTube not making any money? Did you know that? Did you know that? When I first started my YouTube channel, actually, that's not true. Let me not embellish that. I'm sorry. I thought it was a year. No, it wasn't a year. Okay, let's see. I started my YouTube channel in September of 2021. I officially got monetized and started making money in April of 2022. So let's see. So that's like 6, 7 months, right? It's like 6 months. I think that's 6 months. I don't know. I think that's 6 months. September to April, that's like 6, 7 months. So um it took me 6 months of making videos every single day, Rose, to get monetized. So as long as you're building towards something, that is still a job. If a hobby is like you post whenever you feel like it, whenever you're bored, it's like a hobby, right? But if you're actually working hard every day, like you are, like I was back when I had no subscribers, that's a job. That is a job. Now I earn money on YouTube, but before I wasn't earning squat and I was working like I was earning money. I was doing research, I was reading, I was preparing, like I actually did real work. So it's definitely a job. It's definitely a job. All right, I see we finally got some people in here. We have 20 people in here. Wow. Holy cow. All right. Well, the title says Iran, so I guess I should talk about that, right? That's okay. No shame in that. You eventually grow and earn. It takes time, but still you are working. Okay. All right, guys, thanks for the comments. You guys have made this stream very lively. By the way, I told you guys the streaming has been growing. It has been. So thank you guys. Thanks. Whoever's new here, thank you. I see that we're actually growing here. We're able to stay above 10 live concurrent viewers. Finally. Finally, I knew you guys could do it. I knew it. I knew you could do it. And since you guys are keeping us above 10 live concurrent viewers, which I appreciate, we can get into the show. Let's talk about Iran. Oh, that's funny. Taylor Swift has Swifties. Is our community echoes or eckies? That's funny. I don't know yet. I don't know. If somebody wants to brainstorm, you're free to do that, but I don't know. You guys don't have to call yourself that. I just call you guys supporters. But if you want to create a name for yourself, I mean, you're free to do that. I mean, like I said, that's cool. I appreciate it. Jesse says we're just bonding before your channel blows up. You know, people have been telling me for years that my channel's going to blow up. So hey, maybe this will be the year. Maybe. Okay. All right, guys, let's get into the show. I spent 40 minutes reading your comments. I did my job. Just snooping, you're a moderator, so you're free to create a poll. You're free to do all that stuff. I think you can create polls, right? I think you can. You got a lot of power as a moderator, so whatever you want to do your thing. Yeah, if you want to ask people what we should call the people who support me, that's fine. If you guys want to have a name, that's cool. I'm down with it. That sounds fun. I don't know what it would be because I have a unique name. My name is Echoes from Above, so I don't know. All right. It's Iran time, guys. It is Iran time. We have to talk about the Iran because it's getting crazy. And this is, I'm sure, what the new people click for, whoever the new people are. Hey, don't start leaving. Hey, we just went from 20 people live concurrent to 13. Hey, get back in here. Whoever just left, you get your asses back in here. We're about to get to the good part. You guys stayed in here when I read comments, and then you leave when we're about to talk about some very important Iran war updates. Get your asses back in here and get this stream back to 20 live concurrent viewers. God damn you. You could do it. Obviously, I'm joking, guys. Thanks for being here. All right, let's get into it. Okay. Let's start with this. So I pulled the stuff that I thought was interesting. Let me pull up my outline because now I got to break everything down. So let's pull up my little outline. I made outlines now. I make outlines now for streams, so I can just make sure I'm sticking to the point. And I got my notes, so I know what I want to talk about. Okay. So let's talk about the updates that we got today with Iran. And we got a few. We got some crazy ones. So I saw this one in CNN. Yes, Just Snooping. Just Snooping is right. Yes, everybody, please, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Like the video. I'm going to try my best to stream as often as I can. Whenever I'm not busy, I'm going to stream. So sometimes you'll have weeks where I stream every day. Sometimes you'll have weeks where I stream like once. It's whenever I have time, but I do love streaming. So I'll try my best. So yeah, definitely subscribe, like the stream. It'll help the algorithm out, all that good stuff. And thank you. Okay. Oh, something else you guys could do that would help? When the stream ends, and some of you guys do this already, but when the stream ends, if you guys could just leave a comment, like right when the stream ends, like you can say anything like, hey, I really enjoyed the stream today, or good job, whatever, something like that. Believe it or not, that does help. That actually helps the algorithm too, because YouTube can see that people are engaging with the video. So if you guys want to do that, that'd be appreciated. Oh, I'm so glad you said that. So glad you said that. Do you have a streaming schedule? I never know when to hop on. I just got lucky today. Yes. My plan is to stream between 5 to 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, which is the Midwest time zone. So 5 to 6 p.m. CT time. That's the time that I typically try to stream every day. But I want to do it earlier, so I'm thinking I'm going to do 5 because I want to take into consideration my European and overseas people who watch my streams too. Because, their time zone is different. Like when I go live, it's like pitch black for them. It's like nighttime. So yeah, 5 to 6 p.m. CT is basically what I would do. What time would that be UK? Hold on. Let me go to your comment. Hold on. What time would that be in the UK? Hold on, I got you. I'll tell you in just a second. I'm thinking I'm going to do 5 o'clock every day or whenever I stream. I think 5 o'clock is good. 5 p.m. CT is what time? UK time. Okay, Just Snooping. That is That's 10 o'clock p.m. your time. So I know that's kind of late. I'm sorry. I know that's pretty late for you, but yeah, it'd be 10 o'clock your time. So if you live in the UK or somewhere in Europe, I would stream at about 10 o'clock at night your time. And for my time in Chicago or the Midwest and United States, it would be 5 o'clock Central Time. So there you go. Okay. All right. Let's get back to the stream. 10 p.m. is fine with me. That's early. Yeah, it is early because it's like 1 o'clock a.m. where you're at. And you're watching the stream. So shout out to you. Okay. So daily 5 p.m. Central Time. Correct. Correct. Yes. I'm so glad you said that. So yeah, guys, going forward, my plan is to stream between 5 and 6 p.m. Central Time every day. Some days it's going to be 5 p.m. Some days it'll be 6, but I'll try my best to make it 5 p.m. I'll try. I think 5 p.m. is a good time. So I'll try my best to do that. 5 p.m. Okay. Okay, we had a few more people drop off. That's okay. We still got above 10, so we're doing good. We got above 10 people. Hey, 10 people is a lot of people. That's enough to have a decent little stream. Oh, we have 11 people. Okay, even better. All right, let's get to the Iran stuff. And all you people that left, get back in here. We're getting to the good stuff now. We're getting to the good part. All right, guys. I'll look at your comments periodically, but I won't read them because I just want to make sure I focus on this Iran stuff and I get through this because this is really what this live stream is about. Shouldn't take too long. Maybe another 30 minutes, and then after that, I'll end the stream. All right, let's go. So I saw this today in CNN, and I just want to talk to you guys about all of the Iran war updates. And we're going to go for that. Okay, time for the fast talking Ben Shapiro to come out. That's funny. You're right. You're right. You know what? Rose is right. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not Rose. That's Just Snooping. No, Just Snooping is right. Just Snooping's right. You guys know the rules. If this stream goes below 10 concurrent viewers, then you guys got to get tortured. We're gonna play Ben Shapiro talking fast. That's the rules. Oh, we're at 9. Oh, well.
As our military pursues Iran's unconditional surrender with precision and strength, the left continues to push back on Operation Epic Fury. And while they can
plutonium assets around the country. So trying to push the United States off the ball with threats, and the threats to send oil to $200 a barrel, threats to permanently shut down the Strait of Hormuz.
That is terrible. That's just torture right there. I'll leave it up just in case, but yeah, we gotta keep this stream popping, man. We gotta keep this stream popping. Otherwise, I gotta torture you guys with Ben Shapiro. You're gonna hear Ben Shapiro talk fast.
And the threats to send oil to $200 a barrel, threats to permanently shut down the Strait of Hormuz or spread terror in the United States. All of these things are attempts to get the allies to stop before the end. They're trying to make sort of a last gasp stand to prevent the total weakening of the regime. Because even if the United States does not forcibly topple the regime, the fact that the regime itself is so weak means that the economy is fully non-functional. The interior military is tremendously weak.
Oh my goodness, this is terrible.
Well, it's no surprise the Democrats have condemned the strikes on Iran as unauthorized, and of course, they're desperately trying to spend things to benefit themselves politically, talking about
a last gasp stand to prevent the total weakening of the regime. Because even if the United States does not forcibly topple the regime, the fact that the regime itself is so weak means that the economy is fully non-functional. The interior military is tremendously weak. Is not in centralized control.
All right, that's torture. All right. That right there. That's torture. That's not it. That's not it. Can one more person join? We got 9 people in here. Come on, man. I don't want to play Ben Shapiro. Come on, you can do it. Come on. It's getting ridiculous. I think the Ben Shapiro thing makes more people leave. Hey, we got 10 people. Okay, we got 10 people. All right, I'm gonna get back to it. Okay, we're good. We got 10 people. Okay. Thank you to the person who just joined. Thank you. You just saved the stream. I don't got to play Ben Shapiro talking fast anymore. All right. Seriously though, let's get into it. I'm sure somebody's gonna drop. It's fine. Whatever. I'm just joking. Okay. So CNN reported today that Iran says it will retaliate against the Middle East and irreversibly destroy critical infrastructure if President Trump carries out a threat to obliterate Iran's power plants unless the Strait of Hormuz is fully open within 48 hours. Matter of fact, let me pull up Steve Lookner's stream. I don't really watch him much because he doesn't really do commentary. He's not really for me, but he's cool. The reason why I'm pulling up his stream is because he has the counter. I just want to see how much time we have. Let's see.
To David.
Okay. So Steve Lookner, Agenda Free TV, he has the counter up. Trump deadline for Iran to open the strait. We now have 22 hours left. So Keep that in mind. And shout out to Steve. He's cool. He's cool. Okay, so that's the counter. So 22 hours left. So we officially have less than 24 hours. Remember, Trump made the threat. I covered it yesterday. And this is Iran's response. So CNN is covering this because Iran came out today and they said that they will retaliate across the entire Middle East and they will wreak upon irreversibly, they will irreversibly destroy the critical infrastructure across the Middle East if President Trump carries out a threat to obliterate their power plants. So again, Iran is not backing down. By the way, does this sound like a country? Does this sound like a country that is ready for a peace deal? Remember when Trump, I showed you guys the tweet earlier, he basically said that peace talks are happening or they're in peace talks. Remember that? But if you're in peace talks, why is Iran coming out and saying they're going to retaliate if Trump strikes their power plants? Why are they doing that? So let's get into it. So Iran is sending a very specific message with this. And this is what I want you guys to understand. Iran knows that they can't do anything against Donald Trump. Iran knows that they can't do anything to the United States. We're too far away. They can't do anything. But you know what Iran can do? Iran can still hurt the United States without directly attacking the United States by hurting the United States allies in the Middle East. So let's key in on this message. They've already told you they're going to retaliate against the Middle East. So the question is, who are they sending this message to? Was this message meant for Donald Trump or was it meant for the Middle Eastern allies to the United States? I'm going to tell you right now, this message was meant for the Middle Eastern allies in the United States. That's who they're talking to. They're saying, hey, Middle East, we're going to make your life a living hell if you don't pressure Trump to not strike our power plants. So let's get into it. So for those who don't know, right now, Iran is partially blocking the Strait of Hormuz. This is a partial block. This partial block has already significantly hurt the global economy. This partial block has made gas prices skyrocket. As a matter of fact, I filled up my gas tank today and I took a picture of it. Gas in Chicago is $4 a gallon. Normally, it only takes about $30 for me to fill up my tank. Today, it cost me $50 to fill up my tank when it normally costs $30 or $35. That's how much gas prices have went up. And this is only with Iran partially blocking the Strait of Hormuz. So what does that mean? That means that some ships are getting through, some ships are not getting through. That alone caused oil prices to jump 48%. I looked it up. The price of oil has jumped 48% since this war started in February 28. And it makes sense because gas prices were nowhere near $4. So it makes sense. That sounds about almost 50% jump just on what I'm seeing with gas prices here where I live in Chicago. Now, Iran just said here, CNN, that if Trump strikes the power plants, they will close the Strait of Hormuz completely. Okay, I'm going to take a pause because we got crazy people in the comments saying dumb things. Here we go. When's the last time you ever ran a country, dude? Oh, here we go. And I'm not going to spend my time reading trolls in the comments who say dumb things. Listen, buddy, the reason why your comment is so stupid, when's the last time the reporters for CNN or Fox News or MSNBC or every freaking person talking about the war have ran a country? This comment is stupid. When's the last time you ran a country, dude? You can't talk about Iran. Dude, it's called reading and research. I can do research and read and pay attention to know what's going on. I don't have to run a country to know that our president is a freaking idiot, okay? And that's the only time I'm going to address that comment. I'm not addressing any more stupid comments. So if you want to leave a stupid comment, you go ahead and leave a stupid comment. I'm not reading anymore. Okay, I'm going to focus on the show. But that comment was just so dumb. Like, dude, get out of here. If you have an actual criticism or you want to have a debate, I'll do that. But if you're going to leave dumb comments like, when's the last time you ever ran a country? Well, guess what, you freaking dummy? Nobody runs a country. Nobody talking about the war runs a country. Nobody. So basically, you're saying the only people who are qualified to talk about war are people run a country? That's like 10 people. They're like 50 people. Like, really? All right, bro. All right. All right. I'm not addressing any more dumb comments. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I even gave that guy my energy. So let's get back to what I was talking about. So back to what I was saying. Iran just said that if Trump strikes the nuclear power plants, they'll close the Strait of Hormuz completely, right? Strait of Hormuz right now is only partially closed. And what's worse is, because I actually read a little bit of the article, so I know what they said. The other part that they said, I'm talking about Iran here. Iran said that if they end up closing completely the Strait of Hormuz, not only will they close it completely, but it's going to stay closed until their power plants get rebuilt. Now, for those who don't know, a nuclear power plant takes years to build. So they are essentially, Iran right here is threatening to permanently shut down the Strait of Hormuz completely, which would disrupt 20% of the world's oil supply. That would be devastating. And trust me, Iran can handle it. Iran can handle it. You know who can't handle that? United States allies, European countries, countries in the Middle East. Bunch of people can't handle it. So that's not good. Let's move on to the next point. Up until now, Iran has been hitting cities in Israel and military targets with missiles. However, what you are now seeing here is that Iran has now threatened something different. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit later, but I'm just getting ahead of myself a little bit. Iran has threatened a coordinated attack on Israel's power grid and internet structure, their internet infrastructure. Why does that matter? Because last night, if you remember last night's stream, I showed you guys that Iran already proved that Israeli air defense has holes in it. Remember, Israel said, you know, hey, we got our air defense. We can stop Iran at any time. Iran spent a few weeks poking the holes in their air defense, and they got through it. And they successfully struck and sent missiles over Dimona. What is Dimona? That is Israel's most protected nuclear site. That is where they keep their nukes. That is where they keep their nuclear research facilities. Iran successfully struck that. The problem now is if Iran uses the same strategy they did to poke holes in their air defense and strike Dimona, if they do that, Iran will be able to take out the power stations and the communications in Israel. That would make Israel go dark. That means all the lights and electricity shuts off. That's a different kind of war right there. That's a further escalation that nobody wants, but it could happen. And again, this is all because of Donald Trump and that stupid administration and their stupid religious holy war and them going over there and striking Iran. You mess with the wrong country. This country has 90 million people. This country has a competent special forces, a competent military, a competent regime. And oh, by the way, they control 20% of the entire world's oil. That is significant. Let's talk about what else Iran said. Iran said that they are going to target companies with American shareholders operating in the Gulf. And what's funny about that is almost every major oil company in the Gulf has American shareholders. Think of companies like ExxonMobil, Chevron, BP, Shell, all that stuff. Iran has just threatened the entire Gulf energy sector. Basically, what they're saying is everybody over here is a target. That's what Iran's saying. Everybody over here in the Middle East is a target. Nobody's off limits. Your allies, you're not, it don't matter. Everybody's a target. We're going after everybody. And we have the capabilities to do it. Now, Iran also did this today. And I'm quoting from a news article that I read earlier today. Iran threatened to hit the power plants in every country that hosts American military bases. Remember, this is them retaliating against Trump, saying they got 48 hours. Now they got less than 24 hours. They have less than 24 hours to completely open up the Strait of Hormuz, or Trump is going to strike their power plants. Iran said if Trump does this, they are going to hit the power plants in every country that has military bases. You guys want to know how many countries in the Middle East have military bases? U.S. military bases with U.S. soldiers? A lot of them. A lot. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain, United Emirates, pretty much everybody. Pretty much everybody except Iran, honestly. They not only do they have U.S. military bases, they got a bunch of U.S. troops. They got their own civilian power infrastructures. You know, they have all that stuff. They have, this is another thing I want to point out. These countries use desalination plants powered by that infrastructure for the drinking water. For those who don't know, I explained this yesterday. They get their drinking water from the Gulf. They get that body of water right there. That's where they get their drinking water. It goes through the desalination plants, and then that's where the infrastructure comes in, where they produce their drinking water. Iran is threatening to affect that. Iran has basically told all of those countries that the moment Trump pulls the trigger, which would be tomorrow, it will be on Monday, if Trump pulls the trigger and strikes our power plants, you're going to lose your lights and you're going to lose your water. Israel's going to lose their lights. Israel's going to lose their water. All these countries that I just named, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, we are going to attack your water. Good luck getting resources. Good luck having drinking water. So what does this come to? Oh, the other thing. Iran is, for those who don't understand what I'm getting at here, Iran is sending a message to the allies in the Middle East. Iran's not worried about America. I mean, they are, but Iran knows that they're not going to be able to get Trump and America to do what they want. They know they're not. So their plan here, Iran's playing chess, in my opinion. Iran is trying to get the allies in the Middle East to get Trump to stop. He wants Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE. He wants all of them on Monday morning to call Trump on the phone all simultaneously. Hey, you got to stop this. You got to stop. You got to stop. You got to stop. You're affecting us now, and that's going to affect you. If you affect us, we're going to affect you. Good luck with your little stock market that you love in your economy. We will affect that. That's what Iran's trying to do. Iran is trying to squeeze these allies over here in the Middle East to make the U.S. stop. That's their plan, because they know they can't make Trump stop. There's not really anything they can do. But they can hurt the people right next to them. They can't destroy the water and the air quality and all that for the people over here in the United States. But they could do it over there. They could do it for Israel. They've already done it. They've already successfully struck Israel. So that's what's happening here. So what they're saying is, hey, if you have military bases, U.S. military bases with U.S. soldiers, you are in our crosshairs. We are going to get you. That's the threat. Why are they only targeting the places that have military bases? Because those places that have military bases have a relationship with the United States. They can get President Trump on speed dial and say, stop this now, you fool. That's what's happening. So this message isn't for Trump. This message is for Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, and Iran is trying to terrify them. That's what they're trying to do. And for those who don't know, these countries do have a pretty big influence on the United States. They do. They have a lot of different business ventures, especially Saudi Arabia. They got a lot of different business ventures with the United States. So I think their plan to get these Gulf state countries to pressure the United States, I think it could work. I think it could work. They're using fear as a weapon here. That's what Iran's doing. They're using fear as a weapon to create pressure against Trump. And I'm going to tell you guys how we're going to know for sure that it's working. If Trump wakes up tomorrow and he extends the deadline for the Strait of Hormuz to open, that's how you know that they've won. That means that those Gulf states called Trump and said, "Mr. President, you got to stop this." And he says, "Okay, fine, I'll extend it. I'll do an extension." That's what I think is very likely going to happen tomorrow. I think Trump will extend it. I don't think Trump's going to strike their plans tomorrow. I think he's going to extend it. That's really what I think. That's really what I think. All right, so let's move on to the next thing. This is another thing that I saw on Twitter. So for those who don't know, remember, Iran said this morning. This was this was at 10 o'clock a.m. this morning. Iran said this early this morning. Well, guess what? Later on in the day, like a few hours ago, Iran took it to the next level. Iran struck Israel, guys, again. Iran reportedly sent ballistic missiles, and apparently those ballistic missiles hit several different cities in Israel. They hit Tel Aviv, they hit Kiryat Gat, they hit Ashkelon. Minutes ago, according to this. This was later on. This was 5 o'clock p.m. And these are the videos of all the strikes happening. Why is that important? So what you have happening is Just Snooping says, what happens after he extends it? Another extension? You know what? I don't know yet, Just Snooping. I gotta get my analysis together and figure that out. I don't know. I gotta see if he does it first. I don't know yet. But I think that he's very likely going to extend it. That's what I think. I think those Middle Eastern countries are going to put that pressure on, and he's going to extend it. He's going to be like, okay, you got another 48 hours, or you got till Friday, something like that. That's what I think. But like I said, the United States doesn't have the leverage that people think that they have. I actually would argue that Iran has the leverage, because Iran has the capability to affect the United States allies in the Middle East, including Israel, by the way. They've already successfully hit them. You got it right here. Israel successfully sent ballistic missiles to 3 different cities in Israel. Let's go over that. So Iran struck Tel Aviv, Kiryat Gat, and Ashkelon. Why is that important? Why do these cities matter? The reason why it matters is because yesterday Iran picked one target. Remember, it was the place where they have their nuclear plant. Today, Iran picked 3 targets. Today, Iran hit the full length of Israel's coastline. And you guys know I love my maps. Let me show you the map. You know I love my maps. These cities are on Israel's coastline. Ashkelon, which is what Iran hit, this is on the coastline in Israel. Tel Aviv, right here on the map, this is on the coastline in Israel. Kiryat Gat, this is the same thing, very close. These are all along the coastline of Israel, okay? So you got the north right here, Tel Aviv, they hit the northern part of Israel. Ashkelon, they hit the southern part of Israel. And then you get a little bit more to the center with this city right here. They hit these places all at the same time. Why does that matter? Why does it matter that Iran hit all these places? Because it proves that Israel's air defense system can't be everywhere at once. They may be able to protect some places, but they can't protect them all. And Iran has more better military and missile capabilities than the United States wants you to believe. So let's talk about the cities, because I did a little bit of research. Why did Iran strike these cities? Why did they hit Tel Aviv? Why did they hit Ashkelon? Why did they hit Kiryat Gat? Why did they hit these 3 cities? Well, I did a little bit of research, and it turns out that Tel Aviv is Israel's financial capital. Just like New York, you got Wall Street, and New York, you got all that stuff. Wall Street's in New York and all that, you got all that finance stuff in New York. Well, for this country right here, Tel Aviv is their financial capital. Tel Aviv is where all the big banks are. That's where their tech sector is. That's where their stock exchange is. Millions of people live in Tel Aviv. What's the population of Tel Aviv? Let's look that up real quick. What's Tel Aviv's population? It's definitely millions of people. Let's see. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, so it looks like I might be wrong there. I thought it was millions. That's what I read. See? This is why you got to fact check yourself and be careful. Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, I'm not crazy. Yeah. I must have typed in the wrong thing. So Tel Aviv, oh, they're counting the metropolitan. Okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. So yeah, Tel Aviv has 3.7 to 4.5 million people if you count like the whole area. Got it. Okay. So they're including the city of Tel Aviv, Yafo, I think is how you say it. So Tel Aviv, Yafo itself has a population of 460 to 495,000 residents. However, the greater metro area, if you extend it to the entire area, which right here is Gush Dan, that's 3.7 to 4.5 million people. So the article that I read, that must be where they're getting that from. Okay, cool. Let's go back to the map. So the reason why they're striking these places is because this is critical, again, infrastructure. There goes that word again, infrastructure. This is critical infrastructure for Israel. Tel Aviv is Israel's financial capital. Banks, tech sector, stock exchange, millions and millions of people, okay? That was the first target. And yes, they successfully hit it. They did. We don't know how bad the damage was yet, but they successfully hit it. The second city, Kiryat Gat, right here. Did you guys know? Matter of fact, I'm going to fact check myself because, again, this is stuff that I read, but I want to make sure that I'm fact checking myself and then I'm right. So let's fact check real quick. But according to what I read today, Kiryat Gat has a United States company's largest chip factory outside of the United States. That company is called Intel. Let's see if that's true. Let's see if that's true. We always want to make sure that we're accurate here. Yep, that's true. Intel is constructing a 25 billion expansion. Oh, so it's already there. Oh, it's already there. Okay. So yeah, so I was right. Okay. So Kiryat Gat, which is the second city they struck, that has Intel's largest chip factory outside of the United States, and they're expanding it. It's getting a $25 billion expansion, and it's set to open in 2028. Okay, cool. Okay, we got that covered. So let's go back to the map. So if that gets hit, let's say that Iran successfully hits that Intel factory, that Intel chip factory. Let's say they successfully hit it, and they're in the middle of building it right now. Well, guess what that would affect, guys? That would affect the global semiconductor supply. Your phone has a chip. Your laptop, your car, all have chips. Semiconductors get affected. That will affect those devices. Again, global economy gets affected. Let's go to the third city right here on the map. Ashkelon, right here on the coastline. Ashkelon. What's in Ashkelon, guys? What resources are there? Because again, Iran is smart. Iran used to strike residential areas, but since Trump is turning up the heat, now Iran's turning up the heat. Iran's like, what? You're going to attack our power plants? Okay, we're done striking the residential areas where there's a bunch of cow and stuff. No. We're striking the stuff with the resources now. So they went after the financial sector, Tel Aviv. They went after the place where the chips are, the semiconductors, Kiryat Gat. Okay. Now they're going after Ashkelon. What does Ashkelon have? That is Israel's main oil terminal. And it's a major power station that sits there as well. So now the country of Iran has successfully, let's go back here. The country of Iran has successfully sent ballistic missiles to Israel's money, Israel's technology, Israel's semiconductors, and Israel's energy in one missile strike. And by the way, guys, Iran told us that they were going to do this, and they did it. Iran said this morning that they were going to do it. This morning, Iran threatened to shift from hitting residential areas to hitting economic and energy infrastructure. They said that this morning, and then later on in the evening, they did it. Later on in the evening, they did it. Now, remember earlier, I told you that Iran threatened to do the same thing that they just did to Israel and these cities I just showed you. They are also threatening to destroy the infrastructure in Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, if Trump strikes on Monday. And that is why I think that Trump is going to extend his ultimatum to Iran. That's what I think, but we'll see. We'll see. So now, Iran has already proven that they are very capable. Yesterday, Israel failed to stop the missiles over the Dimona. It's Dimona. That's how it is. It's Dimona, which again is the most protected site in the entire country because that's where their nukes are. They failed to stop a strike. Now they failed to stop a strike again. Iran hit 3 of their major cities and they failed to stop it. So now the immediate question becomes, how bad is the damage? How will Benjamin Netanyahu respond? And could Trump move up his timeline before Monday? Will Trump grant them an extension? I told you guys, I think he will. Could very well be wrong. Trump is unpredictable, but I think he will. Now, let me fact check something else. Make sure that I'm right about this. Again, I read stuff and I add it to my outline and I write it down, but I also want to fact check it. Let's see if this is true. Yep. Okay, so this is true. Yep, this is true. Okay. So I just fact checked it. It's true. So Israel's cabinet has been convening all day. They're meeting right now. And the reason why they're meeting and they're convening is because Iran is kind of winning, guys. They really are. They're winning. They're successfully striking Israel, and they will soon be successfully striking the United States allies in the Middle East. So Israel is scrambling. Remember, Tel Aviv just got hit. A bunch of other cities just got hit. Trump's deadline is in 22 hours. Trump is watching his ally get struck, Israel, while his ultimatum is being ignored. I mean, we could see by the actions of Iran that his ultimatum is being ignored. Iran doesn't care about his ultimatum. They're like, yeah, screw you. We don't care. We're going to keep striking Israel successfully. And oh, by the way, if you strike our nuclear sites, we are going to close the Strait of Hormuz until they're rebuilt. That could be years. And we're going to strike every single one of your allies that has a military base on their soil. Sounds like Iran's winning to me. I'm just being honest, guys. I'm just calling a spade a spade. So I actually think that the pressure is on Donald Trump and Israel. They're the ones that got the pressure. By the way, Israel can choose to do their own thing if they want. They can escalate this on their own, which I don't think they will, but that's kind of what you got. So it's all interesting, but that's what's happening. So, okay. All right. That's mostly what I got. We're going to talk about Lindsey Graham in a minute. Let me actually read some of your comments first. Let's see what you guys got to say. Let's see. What you got for me? Pink Singer says, hello, Echoes and everyone else. Hey, Pink Singer. Great to see you here. And by the way, we got 20 people in the chat again. That's amazing. We're growing. We're growing and flowing. Shout out to the 20 live concurrent view. Why can't I say that word? Shout out to the 20 live concurrent viewers that are in here. I don't know why I just struggle with that word. It could be that Trump has an agreement in the making, and the 48-hour threat is simply a step to come out victorious as a scripted scenario to end up the war. Iran just announced that they can open if UN will supervise the process. I appreciate your analysis and I appreciate your comment, but Trump does not have an agreement in the making. And I actually covered that earlier in the stream. You cannot trust Donald Trump. He's lying. Trump is going to keep saying that he has an agreement in the making so he can calm down the markets. But guess what? Trump has already said this like 3 or 4 times already. And guess what? Every single time he does that, Iran, the leadership in Iran comes out and says, that's not true. That's what they say. So let me ask you a question. You just said that Iran just announced that they can open if the UN will supervise the process. Did Iran actually say that? Or did some reporter come out and say that? Because I'm going to let you know a little secret. Remember when I told you guys, if you want to know what's going on, you need to follow the source? I follow the leadership in Iran on Twitter. I follow their leadership because I don't trust what these people are saying. Because here's how they trick you in the United States. They say, report, Iran is planning on doing so and so and so and so. And then when you read the report, they say that they spoke to a source or something. I don't trust anything that any of these United States journalists are saying. Because what have we learned about Iran? They're not afraid to speak up. Anytime Donald Trump or the U.S. government says something, Iran themselves, the leadership in Iran, tweet on their own Twitter accounts. They're tweeting on their own Twitter accounts like, no, that's a lie. We're not stopping. We're keeping this going. So I would just ask you, did Iran actually tell me the person in Iran who said this? Because it seems like they're all in on this. In my opinion, Iran has the leverage. Okay, let's see. One hour behind. That's okay, Tomes. Thanks for being here. All of this stuff in the world right now is distracting people from the Epstein files. Oh, it absolutely is. Operation Epic Fury is really just Operation Epstein files. You're absolutely right. That's exactly what's happening. You are absolutely right about that. They're definitely distracted from the Epstein files, but don't worry. The Epstein files is going to come back. Don't worry. I haven't forgotten about it. And a bunch of Congress people are fighting for it too. They're still talking about it. There's a YouTube channel called Soft White Underbelly that keeps doing interviews with all the Epstein victims. Here, I'll pull it up real quick. He keeps doing interviews with all the Epstein victims. And his videos are getting like a crap ton of views. He's been releasing a video like every week. Let me see. Okay, he doesn't have a playlist for it. That's fine. Right here, Jeffrey Epstein survivor. Haley Robeson. Jeffrey Epstein survivor. There's another one. Here's another one. Marina Lacerda. Another Jeffrey Epstein survivor. So, and again, look, it has 1 million views. So I think people are still invested in the Jeffrey Epstein stuff. I really do. I think people are still invested in it. All right, what we got? I used to like Snoop until he sold out. I think he will too. He's weak at this point. Yeah, he's definitely weak. Yep, so that's what you got, guys. All right, I guess we could talk about Lindsey Graham. Let's talk about Lindsey Graham. So Matt Walsh, our favorite Daily Wire host, Matt Walsh. Obviously, that's a joke. So Matt Walsh has gone in on Lindsey Graham, which, by the way, guys, for those who don't know, Lindsey Graham has been like the spokesperson for Donald Trump. It's been crazy. And for those who don't know, Lindsey Graham is a notorious war hawk. Notorious. So here's what Matt Walsh said. Today, Lindsey Graham, for some reason has been the White House's top spokesman for this war, went on live TV and invoked Iwo Jima while calling for more escalation in Iran. Iwo Jima, of course, involved 26,000 U.S. casualties. It's extremely troubling that Lindsey Graham has so much influence with the administration and has been so empowered to speak on its behalf. He is not conservative. He is not America first. He has never done a single thing in his career to advance the interest of actual American citizens, and he clearly wants this war to continue indefinitely and doesn't care how Americans die in the process. He should have no influence and no say over anything. He's one of the worst people in all of Congress, and that includes the Democrats. By the way, shout out to the 20 live concurrent viewers in this live stream. I really appreciate that. Do me a favor. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel. I'll be going live a lot more often. And do me a favor and like the video too. I'd appreciate that. All right. So Lindsey Graham has just, Matt Walsh has just gone in on Lindsey Graham. Let's take a listen to what Lindsey Graham had to say. We're going to break down how just utterly ridiculous it is. Let's take a listen. This is what good old Warhawk Lindsey Graham had to say. Here we go.
What are you going to negotiate Iran with? What I want to do is contain them, take their missile program and keep it blown up. Make sure they can never sprint out to a nuke. Make sure they have no money to support terrorism. Control the island and let them die on a vine, and hopefully the people will rise up. What I'm looking for is defanging Iran so we can move to peace. The Iranian people one day will have ability to take their country back. But we have the best chance in 2,000 years when Iran is neutralized for Saudi and Israel to recognize each other in the Arab-Israeli conflict. That is my goal. That is President Trump's goal. 2026 could be the biggest year since 1945. If we neutralize Iran, don't let them do it again.
Now, what's interesting is he brought up 1945. So let's go to the part where he brings up Iwo Jima. And the funny thing about Iwo Jima is that happened in 1945 as well. So I thought he had that part in that clip, but that's okay. Let's bring that part up because it was ridiculous. Let's see what he had to say. Let me find it. Is this it? Yep, this is it. All right, let's play this full clip of Lindsey Graham. And we're going to have some fun making fun of this utterly embarrassing imbecile and Warhawk. And again, guys, remember, these are the people that Trump is surrounding himself with. Laura Loomer and these crazy Zionists and Pete Hegseth and Lindsey Graham. These are the people he's listening to. Oh, can't forget Ted Cruz. Crazy. Let's listen.
The program has been obliterated and they're running out of money. So here's what I tell President Trump. Keep it up for a few more weeks. Take Carg Island, where all of the resources they have to produce oil. Control that island. Let this regime die on a vine.
Is this going to, though, take Carg Island? Is it going to involve U.S. troops on the ground? Let me just read you something from The Atlantic. Does an assessment on that. They say U.S. troops may well take Carg Island. We believe their ability to do so, but only to endure ballistic missile strikes, drone attacks, petrochemical smoke, all without a reliable means of obtaining logistical support. The result could be a grinding war of attrition. They talk about how far away they would be from resupply.
I'm sort of tired of all this armchair quarterback, and this has been an amazing military operation. God bless the fallen.
But it's a difference when we talk about troops on the ground.
I trust the Marines, not that guy. I trust DOD. We got 2 Marine expeditionary units sailing to this island. We did Iwo Jima. We can do this. The Marines, my money is always on the Marines. I don't know if you take the island or you blockade the island, but I know this. The day we could.
You guys know what Carg Island is, right? Don't worry. We're going to talk about that if you don't know. Did you guys just hear this crackpot? Trump is surrounded by crackpots. Crackpots. These guys shoot up cocaine on the weekends and they go on these shows and they just spew absolute nonsense. Iwo Jima? Folks, the Battle of Iwo Jima happened 80 years ago. 80 years ago. And you're invoking Iwo Jima to the conversation. Let's hear this again.
We did Iwo Jima. We can do this. The Marines, my money is always on the Marines. I don't know if you take the island or you block. We can do this. The expeditionary units.
We did Iwo Jima. We could do this. So because we successfully did Iwo Jima in 1945, 80 years ago, we can do the same thing now, even though war has changed drastically. Folks are not fighting with their guns, their freaking machine guns and trenches anymore, Lindsey Graham. In case you haven't noticed, folks are fighting with drones, ballistic missiles, Tomahawk missiles. Folks got nukes. Come on now. What are we doing? Comparing Iwo Jima to now in 2026. I always trust the Marines. Look at what we did 80 years ago. What? Crackpots. Got to put the crack pipe down, man.
Sailing to this island. We did Iwo Jima. We can do this. The Marines, my money is always on the Marines. I don't know if you take the island
money's
or
not.
you blockade the island.
My money is not
this.
on the Marines.
The day we control that island, this regime,
my money's on Iran. Hate to say it. I'm not I'm not a fan of Iran. I don't want y'all to think I'm some Iran sympathizer. I just call a spade a spade. If I had to bet, and I would never bet on this because I would never bet on war, right? Just hypothetically, my money's on Iran. Yeah, because guess what? While you're playing your little cute games on Fox News or whatever this is, Fox News, while you're playing your little tough guy act, guess who the real tough guys are? The guys who don't give a crap that you're bombing the heck out of their citizens. They don't care. You over here with your little tough guy. Oh, I trust the Marines. Yeah, okay, you trust the Marines, all right. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to bomb the hell out of the resources and the desalination plants in all of those countries and the Gulf states that have U.S. troops and U.S. military bases. That's what they're going to do. And guess what, Mr. Tough Guy? I bet you, I will bet all the money in my bank account, your president, Lindsey Graham, is going to fold. He's going to fold. How much you guys want to bet? I bet you he's going to fold. Yep. He's going to fold. Now, he's going to lie. He's going to go on Twitter or his little Truth Social and make it seem like he won. Victory is ours. That's what he's going to do. He's going to lie. And don't worry, when he does that, I will be doing a live stream and I'll break down the truth. I'll break it down. And if he actually wins, if Trump actually does something where he strategically wins, I'll give him his credit. Haven't seen it yet. So go ahead, Mr. Tough Guy. Go ahead and send the Marines over there. I got the Marines. Dude, they got 90 freaking million people. They're freaking Marines. The Marines are coming. They're going to raise hell. I want to go into something even deeper. When's the last time the United States won a war, guys? Uh-oh. Did we win the war in Iraq? Did we? Did we win the war in Afghanistan? Did we win the war in Vietnam? Are we going to win the war right here in Iran? Uh-oh. Mr. Tough Guy. Let's talk about Mr. Tough Guy, Lindsey Graham. That's what I hate about these MAGA idiots. They all want to pretend that they're tough, these war hawks. Yeah, we're tough. Okay, Mr. Tough Guy. Why don't your kids go serve over in the war since you're so tough? You trust the Marines. I'm a Bible-thumping tough guy. I trust the Marines. Okay. Why isn't your son a Marine? Oh, that's right. You don't have kids. Did you guys know that Lindsey Graham doesn't have kids? He doesn't have any children. Okay, Mr. Tough Guy. Why don't you go over there and serve? Why don't you suit up? Go through basic training. Suit up. You're so tough. You want to stick it to those brown people, those Muslims. Yeah. Put a uniform on, go over there. Oh, that's right. Lindsey Graham has never served in combat. That's right. So you want other people's kids to go fight in your war. But you don't have any kids to send, so you can't do that. But you want other people's kids to go fight in your pointless war. Oh, okay. Okay. You see, it's easy to call for the sacrifice of American soldiers when there's no personal cost to you. Lindsey Graham personally wouldn't lose anything. His family gets to stay safe, stay intact, and other people's families and young children get to go and fight in this pointless war. That's what's happening, folks. Now, let me get to another part. Lindsey Graham invoked Iwo Jima. Do you guys know what Iwo Jima is? I'm sure you do. It's an island over there by Japan, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's like an island. It's an island that a bunch of Americans stormed. And it did not go that well, actually. Because let's go back to Matt Walsh's tweet. Matt Walsh was actually accurate here. What did Matt Walsh say? Matt Walsh said Iwo Jima involved 26,000 U.S. casualties. That's what Matt Walsh says. 26,000 U.S. casualties, according to Matt Walsh. So Iwo Jima, for those who don't know, it lasted weeks. Actually, it lasted a month. That little battle, the Battle of Iwo Jima, that lasted a month. A lot of Americans died. A lot of Marines died. And Iwo Jima is known as one of the bloodiest operations in Marine Corps history. Now, why is this comparison so stupid? Because what Lindsey Graham is doing is he's comparing the Marines in the Battle of Iwo Jima to Karg Island. You guys know I love my maps. Let's pull up Karg Island. Let's pull up Karg Island on a map. I love my maps. It's always great to give my point of view using a map. Like, what's that kids show we used to watch when we were kids? I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map. That's right. I'm the map. Okay, that's not going to work. Let me just find a map real quick. And I should have had this pulled up. My bad. My bad. You would think it wouldn't be this hard to find, right? Is this it? Can I click it? Yes, I can. Okay. Okay, let's zoom in. Okay, that didn't work. That did not work the way I thought. Okay, we're just going to have to go with this. Okay. You guys can see it. It's all the way at the bottom, but you guys can see it. So, why is the map so weird? Okay, whatever. We're going to go with this. Okay. So, this is the Persian Gulf. Remember, we talked about this in the live stream. They all get their water from right here. That's where they get their water, the Persian Gulf. Qatar, Bahrain, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait. They get their water from right here, okay? Okay. Karg Island is right off. It's not that far from the actual country of Iran, okay? Strait of Hormuz is over here. That's the Strait of Hormuz right there. Okay, cool. All right, now, let's go back to Lindsey Graham. Actually, no, let's keep the map up. So for those who don't know, Karg Island handles about 90% of Iran's oil exports. Now, remember, Lindsey Graham said he trusts the Marines to go over there in Iran and kick ass. The Marines, the tough guys, they're going to go kick ass. It'll be like Iwo Jima. Buddy, you're comparing a small island in Japan to Karg Island, which is protected by Iran, a country that has 90 million people, a country that has a very competent and functioning military, a country that has ballistic missiles. By the way, we found that out because they just struck 3 cities in Israel. A country that has drones, a country that has maritime vessels, a navy, an assault force. Oh, by the way, for those who don't know, if they send ground troops over in Karg Island, like Lindsey Graham is suggesting, like what they did in Iwo Jima, the tough Marines, if you send those tough Marines on Karg Island, you know I got to make fun of them. I got to say it like them because when they get on camera, they try to be so tough. They have that grit in their teeth. They're like the Marines. I trust our Marines. Yeah. So, for those who don't know, if they send the Marines over to Karg Island, they will be right inside of Iranian missile range. That's right. Iran's missiles can hit Karg Island, and it can hit the Marines. Yes, it can hit them. Yeah. That's what you want to do? You want to send troops on the ground to be in missile range so they can get hit by ballistic missiles? That's what you want to do? Tough guy, Lindsey Graham? Wow, you're a genius, bro. You're a genius. And your justification is, well, we successfully did this 80 years ago, back when there weren't on any missiles, or they didn't have very many of them. Back when folks was fighting in trenches with machine guns. Crazy people. Folks living in the past. It's sad. So the problem is these sorts of statements by Lindsey Graham, they sound tough, but they're not realistic. because Lindsey Graham isn't accounting for the casualties that would happen, the ballistic missiles, because again, you go to Karg Island, you're in firing range for the missiles. He's also not accounting for the American families and the casualties that would die. Wow, I have never seen this person before. If you are new here, shout out to you. Thanks for being here. Dabber Owl says, evening, everyone. Hey, thanks for being here, man. I don't know if you're new. I don't know if you've been following for a while, but thanks for being here. All right, so Tomes23 says good night. Good night, Tomes. Thanks for being here. So back to what I was saying. Lindsey Graham doesn't have a clue. And these are the nutcases that are surrounding Trump. It's crazy, guys. It's nuts. So that's pretty much all I got. That's it. I just wanted to talk about that. Let me do something. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys the updates on the Iran war. And you know what? I don't want to end the stream, so I'm just going to kind of hang around. I'm going to look at the news real quick, and if anybody wants to leave a comment or chat, we could chat. But I actually don't want to leave yet. Not yet. Not yet. I'm going to look and see if we have any other updates. Just going to look at the news real quick, see what we got. I don't see anything. Oh, I see a lot of stuff about the stock market and oil prices. I see that. Okay. Okay. Just checking out the news. Uh-oh. Where's my... Nope, that's not it. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm looking for. April said Lindsey is so angry. I know. Fake tough guys, right? Lindsey Graham, the fake tough guy. Every time they get on these war hawks, anytime they get on, they just they do the whole tough guy thing. Oh, South Korea stock market futures plunged by 5%. There you go. Global economy's being hit, guys. Global economy's being hit. So you know what that tells me? It looks like the Asian stock markets are plummeting. And what that tells me is that the Asian markets are responding to Iran and the fact that they fired those missiles and successfully struck. Did you hear about the joke Trump made about Pearl Harbor to China's leader? Yeah, I did. That was Japan's leader. Yeah, April. He did that to Japan's leader. I saw that. So I think she's the prime minister. So I can pull up that clip. The prime minister of Japan, guys, April was talking about the prime minister of Japan was recently in the United States last week, and Trump made a joke about Pearl Harbor. Basically, a bunch of Japanese reporters asked President Trump, why didn't you tell us about the fact that you were going to strike Iran? And Trump hit back with, why didn't you tell us about Pearl Harbor? Which, I mean, I guess. I thought that joke was kind of silly, but I guess. Holy cow, my ears are starting to hurt. I think I've been wearing these headphones too long. Why do my ears hurt? My ears are kind of irritated. I think I've been wearing these headphones too long. You guys should still be able to hear me. I just can't hear anything because I took my headphones off. So I won't be able to hear any audio, but you guys can. So I'm going to have to put them on in a minute. Hold on, let me pull up the Trump clip. Yeah, this is it right here. This is what April's talking about. Man, my ears are really irritated. Oh, okay. So this is what April's talking about, guys. I'm pretty sure this is the Japanese prime minister. Yeah, it's a woman. So this woman is the prime minister of Japan, and Trump said what he said about Pearl Harbor. All right, I'm going to put the headphones back in. Going to punish my ears for you guys. All right, here we go. Here, I'll even highlight April's comment. Oh, Tome said, no, someone was leaving, so I said goodnight to them. Oh, okay. Sounds good. Japan. Oh, my God, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said China. Oh, that's okay, April. Don't worry. I make mistakes all the time, too. It's okay. We all make mistakes. I know what you meant. I know what you meant. It's all good. All right, let's play it.
Of course, no, Japan and US are very good friends. But one question, why didn't you tell US allies in Europe and Asia, like Japan, about the war before attacking Iran. So we are very confused about we Japanese citizens.
Well, one thing you don't want to signal too much. When we go in, we went in very hard, and we didn't tell anybody about it because we wanted surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay, why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Okay,
You weren't even alive during Pearl Harbor, or
He's
actually,
asking
maybe
me.
actually, wait.
no, you.
Actually, you know what? I might be wrong about that. Maybe he was. Hold on. Was Trump alive during Pearl Harbor? I mean, he was like 3 years old or something like that. He actually might have been alive. I forgot. This guy's like 80. Oh, he wasn't alive. Yeah, that's what I thought. He was born 5 years after. Okay. So he wasn't even alive during Pearl Harbor. But also, here's the reason why I don't like what he said, guys, because it's not the same thing. He's like, well, why didn't you tell us about Pearl Harbor? Because you were the freaking enemy. How dumb is that? Like, just think, I know that it's a funny clip. Like, he's charismatic and he's a funny guy. But if you guys just think about the logical part of it, that was freaking stupid. They asked him, why didn't you tell us that you were going to strike a country in the Middle East that affects us? What they're doing in the Middle East affects Japan's economy. So they're saying, why did you tell us that you were going to strike this country that impacts us? And he goes on and says, why did you tell us that you were going to strike us when we were your enemies and you hated us during World War II? Does that make any damn sense? Why the hell would they? That's like, what? What kind of war strategy is that? Yeah, we're planning on striking the United States. Oh, by the way, let's tell the U.S. that we're going to hit them in Pearl Harbor. Let's tell them. What idiot, what country would do that? That don't even make sense. That's not the same thing. Of course, they're not going to tell you because, listen, stupid, they were at war with you. It was the Axis powers versus the Allied powers. They hated you. So, of course, they're not going to tell you, you dummy. But you should have told them because you are friends with them. This isn't about you and Japan. This is about you striking a country that controls resources that Japan needs. It's not the same thing. You absolutely should have told them. The reason why Trump didn't tell them is because Trump has no strategy. There is no strategy. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You're going to see it. I'm going to keep streaming every day as much as I can when I have time. I'm going to consistently stream and keep giving you guys updates because we're going to prove to you that this guy has no strategy. Case in point, I'm telling you tomorrow, he's going to announce an extension or he's not going to do it. I don't know. I think he's going to announce some extension. I don't think Trump is actually going to strike Iran's power plants. But if he did, that would be really bad. That would be a really bad escalation if he does. I think he's going to, I told you, this is what I think is going to happen. Bahrain, Kuwait, UAE, Saudi Arabia, they're all going to call Trump simultaneously. They're going to have a big conference call on Zoom. Hey, Mr. President, you need to stop. And Trump's going to be like, well, I can't stop because I can't look. He doesn't want to look weak. So he's going to be like, okay, how about I give them an extension? They're going to be like, okay, fine. Just get them off our backs. They're threatening to strike our water supply. I think he's going to announce an extension, guys, but I could be wrong. We'll see. And if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong, and then I'll break down like the new updates of what's happening. But I think he's going to announce an extension. That's what I think. That's what I think. All right, what we got? Are they the new headphones? No, these are the old headphones, April. I still got the old headphones. Oh, while I'm reading comments, I can take the headphones out and rest my ears. I don't know why those headphones are making my ears hurt. I don't know why. That's never happened before. I gotta like massage my ears. Like my ears really hurt. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Never had that problem. Maybe I should get more comfy headphones. I really don't need headphones unless I'm like watching a video with you guys. That's really the only reason why I would even need it, so I could like hear the video. Let's do that. Oh yeah, what Just Snooping said. Yeah, to those watching who aren't subscribed, consider doing so. It's free and it helps the truth reach more people. That part, yeah. Definitely subscribe. Definitely do that. I would really appreciate that. I would so much appreciate that. Hit that subscribe button, people. And shout out to the 20 of you guys that are in here. Wow, we really have 20 people in here. It's so dope. That is so dope. Let's see. I regret losing friendships over Trump. I had faith in him too. I regret all of it. Yeah, he's terrible, isn't he, guys? Well, now that you guys are finally waking up to the fact that these politicians are not for you, hopefully you guys will come to my side. My side is that both parties are bad. Anybody elected, even if they're charismatic like Trump or they make you think that they're anti-establishment, you can't trust them. Because if you were really anti-establishment, you would run for a different party or you would run as a, independent or whatever. Obviously, they don't have a chance of winning because it's rigged against them. I get it. Oh, great question, Just Snooping. Great question. You guys have killed it with the questions this stream. Nice job. You guys are doing great. This is how you keep the stream going. These are such great questions. Do you and your brother argue much over Trump? No, we don't. Is it raining? Sorry, it's like really, it's like a storm. I can hear it from the window. It's storming so bad. All right. So anyway, do you and your brother argue much over Trump? No, we don't argue, but we definitely have spirited debates for sure. But you know what? One thing that I love about my family is that we got Democrats in my family, we got Republicans in my family, we got independents like me. And one thing that I love about my family is that we don't let that separate us. Like, I know how people have cut off family members and cut off friendships because they voted for Donald Trump. I don't think that's right. I don't think you should cut off your family over that. As long as see, for me, I know that my brother's a good person. Even though me and my brother don't agree on certain things, and he voted for Trump and he likes Trump. And by the way, my dad voted for Trump too. So, I mean, yeah. Just because I disagree with them over that doesn't mean that they're bad people. My brother's a really good person and he has good intentions. We just disagree. That's really it. So we don't argue, but trust me, whenever Trump does something stupid, I definitely make fun of him. I definitely post a meme or whatever. We definitely poke fun. We definitely do. And guess what? When Biden was in office, he did the same thing to people in my family who voted for Biden. Same thing. He would poke fun. So that's how I go. So it's all good. But yeah, no, me and my brother don't argue. We just have like little debates, or we'll just have like a conversation about, what's going on. And then I get to hear his point of view and he gets to hear mine. I think that's healthy. I think that's how it should be. I got to skip over to Tom's comment because he's right. I knew in 2020 that we were just pawns in an oligarch war. Still, I hoped we would be okay. That's exactly right. Tom's just articulated it perfectly, guys. When it comes to Democrats and Republicans and voting, hold on one second. When it comes to Democrats and Republicans and voting, we're just pawns. That's all we are. We're just pawns in the oligarchs' war. That's it. That's all we are, guys. We're just pawns in their little game. That's as good as that gets. So, Just Snooping says that's good that your family hasn't fallen out over politics. Yeah, nah. My family is we tighten it over here. We ain't falling out over politics. Like I said, as long as because listen, unfortunately, there are some people who have bad family members. They do. There are some people who have family members who are just horrible people. Like, for example, Laura Loomer is a horrible person. She's got a family, right? If Laura Loomer was a family member of mine, I would never talk to her ever again. I'd be like, you are a terrible, horrible, evil person, and I wish the worst for you because you are a legit evil person. Laura Loomer is legit evil. She is a horrible, disgusting, racist, awful person. So if you have a Laura Loomer in your family, then I understand falling out. But luckily for me, my siblings and my mom and my dad and my uncle and, my family are really good people. They're good people. So as long as you're a good person, we could disagree. As long as I know that you're a good person, All right, what else we got? I have decided that they all suck. I wish we had someone more in the middle. I agree. Yeah, 2028 is going to be interesting because I don't know who the heck I'm going to vote for. The midterms is going to be interesting because I don't know who I'm going to vote for. I'm not that excited about the midterms either. I'm really not. I'm really not. I mean, I'll vote. I'll go out and vote, but I have a feeling that I'm going to be doing a whole lot of writing in. And I don't mind writing in. I don't mind it at all because at the end of the day, if that person's on the ballot or that person's running and I can write them in, hey, you can't blame. I voted for who I wanted to occupy that position. You're not going to make me vote for the establishment candidate who's just going to go up there and work for the oligarchs. No, I'm not voting for the billionaire oligarch funded, APAC funded candidate. Fuck. Sorry. I don't like to curse too much, but I almost said fuck off, but I mean that. I'm not voting for the person that the oligarchs support. If the oligarchs are funding them, I'm not voting for them. Oligarchs funding, no vote. No vote for me. No bueno. Hey, shout out to Sci-Fi Fan. I just got the notification of this stream from my algo. Well, thanks for being here. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy it. Echoes, my husband said that we need Israel as a buffer from the Middle East. Do you think that's true? I was asking how Israel benefits us. Israel is definitely a strategic partner and an ally. Yeah. Yeah. Israel doesn't really have a benefit to us, honestly, in my opinion. The only benefit that they have is there are allies in the Middle East. You know, honestly, April, I would argue that Israel isn't really that big of a benefit to us. The argument I would make is, for whatever reason, the United States has supported Israel from the very beginning. Think about it. Israel became a nation in 1948. The United States, did you guys know that the United States was the first country to recognize Israel as an independent state? So I think the reason why we're so friendly to Israel is because we've just had a long-ass relationship with them. We have been, oh, by the way, Israel has a very good intelligence network. As a matter of fact, Israel actually has the best intelligence network in the world. Like, you know how we have our CIA? Their CIA is called Mossad. Their Mossad is very good at intelligence gathering. So I suspect that that's part of how they help us by sharing intelligence with us. But Israel and the United States have had a relationship since 1948. We've just had a long-standing relationship. So I would argue that history more so than benefits. The United States has just always been Israel's ally for a very long time, and they don't see a reason to not be allies with them. That's what it really comes down to, in my opinion. But, you know, maybe I can do some more research into that and do a video for you because I think that'd be interesting. What would Israel do without the help of the United States? I'm so glad you asked that, Sci-Fi Fan, and thanks for being here. Israel would crumble without the United States. That's a fact. I mean, I get it. Israel has nukes. I get it. But the United States fights Israel's battles for it for the most part. Israel would not really do too well without us. Remember, not only do we help Israel by we're striking other countries for them now, we give Israel weapons, we give Israel funding, we give Israel intelligence, they give us intelligence. We are the sole reason that Israel survives, in my opinion. In my opinion. I'm not saying that Israel will be completely wiped off the map without us, because again, they got nukes, but Israel will be severely weakened if they did not have the United States. If the United States just one day turned on Israel and said, you know what, screw you guys. You're on your own. Oh yeah, they'd be in trouble. Because the whole Middle East hates them, basically. Majority of the Middle East hates Israel. Only reason they haven't been able to do what they really want to do is because this big old country overseas called the United States helps them. So yeah, they wouldn't do very much. They'd be severely weakened. They would have to figure it out themselves. We could put that money towards America instead of paying Israel's war bills. Exactly. Exactly. That's it. All right, guys, we are officially at the 2-hour mark. We've been streaming for 2 hours. It is almost 10 o'clock here. Your boy got work tomorrow. But guess what? Guess what? I'll be back tomorrow. So we're all good. All right. So for everybody who's here, set your reminders. I am going to stream. I'm going to try and stream every day this week. I think my schedule is pretty open this week. So I'm going to try and stream every day at 5 o'clock p.m. Central Time. So whatever that time zone is for you, that's that time zone for you. But tomorrow we will be live again, 5 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Whatever dramas happen in politics, we'll cover it. Whatever Iran updates, we'll cover it. And if Trump If Trump goes, if Trump extends the ultimatum that he gave Iran, oh, we're gonna have a field day tomorrow if he does that, which I think he will. We're gonna have a field day. So, all right, guys, thanks for being here. Everybody have a good Sunday night. Again, I gotta say this because there's a lot going on and it can be overwhelming and it does affect your mental health, whether you believe it or not. If you follow it too much, just take some time and decompress. Go watch a Bruce Lee movie or something. Watch some sports. Do something else. Don't fixate on this war stuff. Chill out. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a break from this Iran war stuff, and I'm not gonna read anything Iran related until tomorrow. So I recommend you guys do the same. Okay, and also make sure you drink your water. Water is very important. I'm about to go drink my water. All right, guys. Thanks so much for being here. I will see you guys tomorrow at 5:00 p.m. Central Time. I'll even set the stream up. I'll set the stream up tomorrow morning so that way you guys know. And yeah, there you go. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Just Snooping says that she is watching Grey's Anatomy season 1. Hey, that's great. My wife loves that show. She watches that show all the time. So hey. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. I'll see you guys in the next one. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.